The minute she found out I'd caught it, she shrieked at a pitch only mothers could reach, whooped, spun on her heels, punched holes through the June air, told absolutely anybody who was prepared to listen for the 7th time. I'm here today with Patricia Foster, who is a spoken word poet, or the new term is spoken word, but I don't know if you like to call yourself a poet or a spoken word artist, a performance poet. But I'm here with Patricia today. We're going to have a little bit of a chat. It's great to have you here. We're just going to get a little bit of insight into, what you're about, what makes you tick, and, what kind of influences your material. I suppose I wanted to share her jubilation. I mean, the last wedding I'd been to prior to this one, the bouquet came in my direction, brushed my hooked fingers as it slipped through my rubbish grasp. Story of my life. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your cultural your cultural influences and where you're from. Okay, well, first of all, so I'm absolutely right. I'm a poet. I suppose I term myself as a poet writer who performs as well. I do a bit of have done a little bit of acting in the past, and my writing is influenced a lot by my environment, family relationships, personal relationships I've had as well. A lot of it is biographical, some of it is fictional, some of it is a bit of both. My parents are from Jamaica, and they came to this country just over 50 years ago. Last year they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Wow. So and I have I'm one of 5 siblings in this country, and I also have 2 sisters in Jamaica, and I have as well lots of nieces and nephews. So family is very big, we're very close. Lots of cousins. Our extended family is very, very big as well, very warm. So the writing, because I suppose the writing reflects the type of person that I am as well. So I do, a lot of people have said that my writing is very emotive and sensitive. I'm a sensitive poet, so that comes through my writing as well. And I do like to write about the things that people don't often think about, the way in which people think, the way in which people communicate with one another, and the things that are in between the lines. But I'm not getting any younger, Charlene. It has to happen soon, she sang, rubbing her heavy hands together as if eagerly trying to create a fire with dampened sticks. Your brothers them are onto their 2nd and 3rd children. Girl, what you waiting for? Ain't no man gonna want you if you're just going out like some teenager. All they'll see is a blur. Can't nobody catch no blur or lead it down the aisle. Maybe it wasn't as a child, but when did you realise that you could write, you had this gift? Because I definitely class it as a gift, being able to write poetry, or even write songs or music, and putting words on a paper and being able to sort of perform it is a gift. So when did you realise you had sort of the gift? When I was young, I was just creative, quite generally a creative person. I love to draw, I love to create pictures and scenes through imagery. And I also do recall writing lots of short stories when I was quite young, when I was an infant. Going way back now, primary school. And I really like the idea of writing, but also just creating a story. So this element of creating a story, I think, has been with me for a long time. Yeah. So I would do that with my stories, primary school, also through the pictures I chose to draw. And I suppose as I got older, I also loved literature when I was in secondary school, and I studied English language and literature, which I thoroughly enjoyed. We also at the time when I was at school, we read a lot about a lot of poets. We focus on a lot of poets, such as the Jamaican poet Louise Bennett, and also Spike Milligan. I remember reading his poems in secondary school. So as I continued along my journey, I also started to write poetry, but not actually kind of recognize it as poetry. I would write it and put it in a book and put it in a drawer and leave it. And then this news had made her more nimble and sprightly than she'd been for years. She then picked up her cane, which had fallen to the floor in all the excitement, suddenly remembering why she possessed it for all this time. But you never want to go to church either. Them got some nice single men there too, you know. Good looking.
What would you say influences your poetry? I mean, you said relationships and you know, sort of growing up, things that have happened in your life. Are there any particular things that you like to write about in your poetry, or is it just across the board, sort of different issues? You know, I know some poets or spoken word performance poets like to talk about love, or you know, they. I was talking to Trisha, obviously my partner, and she was saying that, you know, she came to the event that you performed at, and you know, there were some ladies who were kind of a bit anti-men, or seem to be anti-men. I mean, people perform or, you know, speak about lots of different things, and are there any particular things that you know, you like to write about?
I try not to be too sort of judgmental in my poems, and I try and engage it from the heart and from experiences. So either personal experiences I've actually been through, where I've received some kind of pain or loss, or imagined experiences where I've actually fictionalized something. So so some of my poems are based on facts, some are based on fiction, and some are a combination. Sometimes I don't let people know which is which. Look at your child. You're not ugly. Surely you can't be satisfied just being someone's aunt. My mother had a knack for getting things more or less correct without thinking about it. But little did she know how hard I tried to capture the attention of one of these church brothers. Instead, I ended up capturing his wife's bouquet.
And now it's kind of my favourite time. It's in the interview. It's our little segment of 20 questions.
Okay.
And you get the opportunity to say yes, no, or give an answer, or plead the fifth. Plead the fifth obviously means you don't have to tell us anything. So
okay.
I've got my 20 questions lined up here.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire away. So, favourite colour?
Purple.
Favourite thing to eat?
Stewed vegetables.
First kiss?
When I was 16, that's all I'm saying.
Skirt or trousers?
Skirt.
Favourite perfume?
A Dior perfume in the red box.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Sun or snow?
Sun.
Favourite country?
Jamaica.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Heels or flats?
Heels.
Thongs or bingo baggies?
Thongs.
Tights or stockings?
Tights.
Apple or orange?
Apple.
Tattoos or piercings?
Piercings.
Cake or crumble?
Cake.
Idris or Denzel?
Denzel. Sorry, Idris.
Cat or dog?
Cat.
Swimsuit or bikini?
Bikini.
Pink or purple?
Pink. No, I said purple earlier, but pink.
Orange or orange. Ocean or the sky?
Ocean.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. That was amazing.
Oh,
it was a pleasure having you. We've had so much fun today, and it's been amazing listening to your poetry and, you know, listening to what inspires you and makes you write such beautiful poetry.
Thank you, Natalie. Thanks for having me here. I really enjoyed it.
And we hope to catch up with you again in the future.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Thank you. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss MI_P_Foster. That's my Twitter address. You can also find me on aboutme.com/Patricia Foster, and also you'll find different links on there about what I do. I'm on LinkedIn as well, and Facebook. So yeah, search me.